Perimeter is around, perimeter is around. Oh, oh, don't you know perimeter is around? You add up all the sides, you add up all the sides. Oh, oh, don't you know you add up all the sides? Hi, boys and girls, it's Miss Cooper. Today we're going to learn about perimeter. And I wanted to teach you that quick little song. It helps us remember that when we are learning how to solve for perimeter, we add up all the sides. So today we're going to go through a quick mini lesson. On the first screen, you'll see here, I'm going to give you a couple clue vocabulary words about perimeter. Perimeter is the measurement of the distance around a figure. So around the outside edge. So you think about a picture frame or a doorway or around a window, the distance around. Perimeter is reported in units that measure length, so the length of something. And it measures in length such as centimeters, inches, feet, yards, and miles. To find the perimeter, you add all the lengths of all sides of a shape. So it doesn't matter if the shape has 3 sides, like the triangle down at the bottom, or if it has 4 sides, like my frame. You still are going to make sure you add all the sides of the shape. So if you look at the the triangle at the bottom, you will see that one side of the triangle is 7 centimeters. One is 5 centimeters and one is 6 centimeters. And all you're going to do is simply plug those numbers into our equation because you're going to add up. There's 1, 2, 3 sides to a triangle. So we have 1, 2, 3 boxes that we're going to plug in the numbers. So I'm going to put 7, 6, and 5. You can put them in any order that you want. You're still going to come up with the same answer when we solve it. So I'm going to start from left to right. 7 plus 6 is 13. And then 13 plus 5 is 18. So we would say the perimeter around this triangle is 18 centimeters. And it's important that you always put a unit when you are measuring in lengths. All right, so let's look at the next slide. The next slide says that squares have sides that are, is it different lengths or the same length? Squares. That's right, it's the same length. A square has all equal sides. So that's important to know because sometimes they give you a problem like this, and they give you the measurement of one side of a square, and they expect you to be 3rd grade geniuses and know that each side is equal or the same. So you know that if the top line is 7, then so is the bottom. And since it's a square, the left side would be 7 and the right side would be 7. So we're going to plug in 7 feet for each one of the sides because we know that a square has all equal sides or the same length sides. Then we're going to plug in those numbers to our equation. So 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7. Now, here's where it comes in handy if you have learned your multiplication. Since we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sevens here, we could say 7 times 4. And since Miss Cooper's been practicing multiplication for a little bit now, I know that 7 times 4 is 28. You can also do 7 plus 7 is 14. And then you could know that 7 plus 7 is 14 over here, and 14 plus 14 is 28. And again, we would make sure we put the unit if they didn't have it here for us. So it would be 28 feet. So it's important to know, again, if you have a square and they only give you one side, that all sides of the square are going to be equal. All right, let's keep moving along. Rectangles have opposite sides that are, so the opposite sides are different lengths, right? So 15 is at the top, but it's not 15 on the left, it's 20. So we know though that in a rectangle, the long sides are going to be equal to each other and the short sides are going to be equal to each other. So I know that I can plug in 20 here and I can plug in 15 here. And again, it says, let's just read this story problem real quick. Nala has a rectangular shaped pool. What is the perimeter of Nala's pool? So her pool would look like this, right? Like my frame. And she has the long side across here is 20 and the short sides are 15. So to figure out the perimeter, we're going to add 15 plus 20 plus 15 plus 20. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's plug in our numbers. 15 plus 15 plus 20 plus 20. And let's do some quick math. 15 plus 15. You could use a scrap piece of paper or your dry erase board that I've given you. I know that 15 plus 15 is 30. And 30 plus 20 is 50. And 50 plus 20 is 70. So 70 feet is the perimeter of her pool. And there's Nala looking all cool in her pool, right? All right, let's try a couple more. What is the perimeter of this shape? So I always start at the top and kind of make my way around. So I'm going to put in 11 plus 9 plus 9. So I've done 11 plus 9 plus 9. And then I'm down here plus 11 plus 9 plus 9, right? And so I know that 9, I have 4 nines here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know that 9 plus 9, or I'm sorry, 9 times 4 is 36. And 36 plus, I know that 11 plus 11 is 22. So 36 plus 22 is 58. So, and I checked my work over here. I have a scrap piece of paper beside me. I always think that's a good idea. And 58, and I want to make sure I put cm for centimeters because they don't have the unit supplied for me this time. So I want to make sure that I have that written down. All right, so remember, perimeter, we're adding up all the sides. This shape had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. And if it has 6 sides, it's called a hexagon. So we had to have 6 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers that we added together. All right, solve for perimeter. Remember to add up all the sides. So here we have, this is kind of like Nala's pool. We know that the short side is 10, so that means this other short side is going to be 10. And on the left, it's 18 feet, so the right is 18 feet. So I'm going to plug in my numbers. I'm going to say 10 plus 10. I'm going to do the 2 short sides first, and then 18 plus 18. Now, I know that 18 plus 18 is 36, and 10 more would make 46, and 10 more would make 56. So 56, and our unit is, right, feet. Great. All right, we're almost done. Solve the perimeter of the square. And if you remember, we talked about that it's important to remember that squares we know have all equal sides. That's right. The sides are all the same length. So if the top is 12, the bottom is 12. If the top is 12, the left is 12. If the top is 12, the right is 12. So we have 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12. So when we add those 4 together, if you have gotten to your 12s yet, which that's probably the last one that you'll do, so you may not, but I know that 12 times 4 equals 48 inches. So I'm going to plug in that answer. Now, I'm just going to quickly go through what you're going to do for practice. Now that you're done watching this video, you're going to do some practice and add up the sides, but I want to show you a couple features that you'll want to know about as you do these slides for me underneath the video. So Here's one of the slides you'll be doing, and something important that I wanted you to know was the directions are always up here, and it's going to tell you things you have to type, and it's going to have a keyboard, so you know that. So it says complete the equations to find the perimeter of each shape. So you're going to plug in the numbers. Remember, if they only give you 2 numbers, this shape has 4 sides, so you have to make sure that you still have 4 numbers. So if the top is 9, this bottom is 9. If the left is 3 inches, then the right is 3 inches. So you're going to plug in your numbers. You're going to type in your answer, and then if you look, you can drag this purple piece down, and you can't see it underneath, but because my picture's there, but it gives you the answer, and you can self-check and correct before you click submit and send it to me. So again, I'll show you on this blue one. You're going to type in the 3 numbers for the equation on your triangle. You're going to add them up. Don't peek till you've added them up. And then you're going to drag this down, and it will give you the answer. Okay, so it's a self-checking one. Then the next slide, it says find the perimeter of each plate. You're going to place the popsicle that has the correct perimeter on each plate. Not all popsicles will be used, so that's important. So remember, this one is a square. So if one side is 8, that means all sides are 8. So 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. And I know that that's 32, so you're going to move that popsicle and put it on the plate of 32. All right. And then a few more that you're going to do. It says Alex will make a wood frame for his paintings. Look at the shape of each painting and the side lengths. Type the correct perimeter in the table so that he can determine the amount of wood he needs to buy. So he's told you the side lengths of a triangle. So you're going to add 7 plus 8 plus 7. Put the answer in here. And then you're going to add 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. Put the answer in here. Notice it's in inches. And then for the rectangle, 8 plus 8 plus 12 plus 12. Type your answer here with the unit. And then there's a question underneath here that says, what is the total length of wood in inches Alex will need to make all 3 frames? So then you're going to add up these 3 numbers that you get for the perimeter and put it in the final box. All right, and then one last one that you're going to do today is Alexis is going to add a pink ribbon border to the outside of her square pillow. Find the perimeter of the pillow to determine the total number of inches of pink ribbon Alexis needs. Now, right away, I notice it says square pillow. So that should tell you that you're going to add 14 4 times. Okay, and then it says delete this box for step-by-step help. So click on the box, and then if you hit the backspace or delete button, it will give you the help that you need to figure out the perimeter of ribbon that she needs. Remember, I'm available by Zoom. If you have questions while you're doing this, I would be more than happy to help you. Just click on today's page, which is December 8th, and click the Zoom link, and it will notify me that you're there. Remember, perimeter is around, perimeter is around. Oh, oh, don't you know perimeter is around? You add up all the sides, you add up all the sides. Oh, oh, don't you know you add up all the sides? See you later.